Viking here with Nagel's Gun Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and today I have an exciting new offering to show you from Staccato. So the previous big splash from Staccato had been the C model, the new one for 2024, that has the V3 platform, and this was kind of a compact size Staccato, more or less like Glock 19 size. I'm doing a generic comparison. It has like the 15 round mags, slightly shorter barrel than a full-size 1911, all those things. This one, has been very popular. It's a whole new design they're doing, but they just came out with, and this is the first one we've had in hand to show you, the full-size grip version of the same gun, the C with the V3 platform. So it's got the same top end, same barrel length and all of that, but it has the new V3 platform frame and a longer grip that accommodates 17 round full-size magazines. So this would be kind of equivalent if you're doing a generic comparison to like a Glock 19X. It's got the full-size grip with a slightly shorter barrel and slide. So it's a really good package. These shoot really well, the kind of combination of the full-size grip and the slightly shorter barrels in a full-size gun. It's going to shoot like a full-size gun because of that grip, and it gives you all that capacity, but it's a little easier to carry. Of course, the V3 platform they're doing, kind of the new upgrades, the big part of that, the most important thing, is the new mags. These mags are much skinnier than legacy Staccato mags. They are just the width of the column of double stack 9mm. They don't have any extra space on the side. So they're pretty much the same size as like a P365 magazine in width or the old Browning high power mags. They don't have a lot of extra bulk on the side. And what that allows when you have the skinnier magazine is for a skinnier grip. The grip itself can be much thinner, which is very nice. The Staccato already had a pretty good grip on it, but now it's a little bit thinner, a little bit easier to get your hand around, a little easier to carry, not sticking out as much. So that's really a nice, change they've done in their product lineup. It's kind of been a long time coming, but they're doing a really good job with it. And of course, this one got the 17 with the regular C new model for 2024. You have the 15 round mags to kind of give you an idea of the comparison there. And of course, I think they will come out with an over travel stop sleeve, but just to give you an idea, these do fit in the C with the shorter grip on it. So you could have like a higher capacity reload or something if you wanted to carry this as your reload and the flush fit in the gun. That will become an option at some point once they start selling the mags separately, and preferably an over travel stop so you can't over insert the magazine. But that's expected to come before very long. There's a lot of other exciting additions with this V3 platform they're doing. The new stuff that started with the CS, the little subcompact they're making, and has continued with the new C model. For one thing, you have external extractors. That's a very significant design change. External extractors are a lot easier to maintain, and they tend to last a lot longer. It's not just a single piece of spring steel that can get a set to it. It has an actual spring in here, a big piece of tool steel, grabs onto the rim of the cartridge to extract it. And these can be more easily inspected, and they're also just a drop-in part to replace if you ever had to, whereas a regular 1911 extractor has to be fitted. So that's a really good improvement. Big fan of that. Also, we got a couple other small changes. They come standard now with the lightning cuts on the barrel. That both helps reduce weight a tiny bit, but also helps with cooling and also places for mud and debris to go. So that's kind of a nice addition. This was an option they had previously, but now it's going to be standard on the V3s. Also, we got a couple of, you can't really see them here without disassembling the gun, but we got sand cuts or debris cuts in the frames on the slide. It basically means that long frame the slide glides on has a couple little notches taken out of it, and the purpose of that is if any sand or debris gets into the space between the slide and the frame, it now has a place that it can go and get out of the way instead of just seizing up the action, which is a very good thing to have. There's a lot of guns that have that as a reliability feature, so I'm glad to see they're incorporating that. It also has a new redesigned rail on the front. This is also common to the C with a shorter grip. That's all the same, but this is new for the V3 platform. It's kind of optimized where you can fit full-size lights on it, like the X300, X400, some of the Streamlight offerings that don't fit really well on some earlier Staccatos. They should fit just fine on this drop-in. And all the smaller lights will still fit on this, no problem at all. It's just they need to get the positioning of this notch for the lights to lock in just right, and the length of the rail long enough that it can actually support those longer lights like the X300. So now you're not going to be held back by the rail. This was a very smart improvement because it kind of doesn't make sense to get a medium-sized gun and then be limited on what lights you can put on it. The rail is such a small amount of material, it shouldn't hold you back. And they've finally got kind of an optimized one that lets you put whatever you want on the gun pretty much. It's got a couple other nice additions. One thing to consider is the aluminum trigger. That's going to be standard now. It used to be polymer for reduction in weight, but they've gone to aluminum. And I think the aluminum triggers feel a little bit better. This particular model, the C with the full-size grip, will be available with all the features that come on the are available on the C's. So this is kind of an example of it's like opposite twin, so to speak. It's got the X cuts. That's going to be an option available. We will have those in hand to show you and in handle and get you feedback on. DLC barrel. So DLC coating is of course a really good coating. It's diamond-like carbon. It's little microscopic diamonds that are grown on the metal. And the reason it's black is the diamonds are so small they don't actually let light back out. That's kind of a crazy thing about it. If you grew the diamonds just a little bit longer, it would not be black anymore. So that kind of tells you just how microscopically precise that process is. And all of that coating is done in-house at Staccato's factory in Central Texas. I've actually been there to tour it and take a look at how they do things. And they do a really good job with that coating. It's a very, very hard process to do. It requires a lot of specialized machines that I got to see. And it does one of the best coatings you could possibly want for a handgun. Very corrosion resistant, very wear resistant. I actually have a knife from the early 2000s. That was one of the first things you could really get with a DLC coating on it. And that knife has been carried for years and years, and except for just the normal edge wear from using it, the finish on the blade, if you clean it up with some oil, it looks brand new. And you kind of see the same thing with Staccatos that get carried a lot. The finish holds up really, really well. And they do all of that in-house at Staccato. Staccato has an amazing new factory. It's huge. It's got lots of people, lots of machines. They do really good quality control and good work in that regard. Really good fitting. One thing is, like, every gun that I've handled so far from the C-Series comes with one of these little targets where you can see they test fired it, made sure that it behaves correctly, it has good accuracy, runs reliably, all those things. A lot of companies don't do this. A lot of companies, they will not provide you a target, they won't prove to you the gun's been test fired, and they won't show you what it did when it was test fired. So, good on Staccato for doing that. So this is a very exciting new offering. I'm very much a fan of this. We're going to have these in hand as much as possible. Of course, with Staccatos, you're limited by production. They, aren't easy to get a hold of, but we are one of their largest stocking dealers. We have lots of their items. So if you ever have any questions about one, want to ask what it looks like in real life, get some pictures of it, maybe come in and see it in person, or talk to us over the phone what we think about the new models they come out with, just give us a call. We'd be glad to talk to you about it, or come into our store. We're located at 6201 San Pedro Avenue in San Antonio, Texas. If you come in, we'd love to put one of these in your hands, or any other Staccato you want to look at. And you can reach us at 210-342-5420. Anyone on the phone will be able to talk to you about these if you got questions about them. And you can see pictures of all the models that they make pretty much on nagelsguns.net, our website. And as we get more things in hand that we can get actual pictures of, we'll definitely list them there. So we'd love to talk to you about one of these today, and just give us a call or visit us on our website.